What's up? It's none other than Babu on the mic. Welcome. This mic isn't my favorite, but welcome to another episode of Babu Speaks. Trying to figure out the mic. All right. What's up, people? How we doing today? So today I wanted to talk about myself. And today, I said layers of me, because we all have layers, some more than others. The key is to acknowledging the layers and accepting the layers, processing, and learning how to deal with the different layers that we have. Because, some people have a lot of layers or a lot of levels to themselves, and they just kind of stuff them on a shelf somewhere and they just let them build up. But lately, the last couple of years, I've been learning a lot about myself, and I don't necessarily like what I'm learning. Some things I do, some things I don't. But like a recent relationship had opened me to these damn flies. Like, what I'm gonna do with the flies? Opened me up to some other way of thinking, and so one thing, I call them revelations. So like when I have like different pieces that I put together, and those pieces eventually form a picture, and that picture gives an epiphany or a revelation. So it reveals, because sometimes we have different parts and we literally just look at the different parts. If you look at the different parts individually, but once you put them together and you're just like, whoa, that is this or that is that. And that revelation sometimes hits hard. My most recent one was the relationship I was in. And I love this girl. When I say I love this girl, I love this girl. But I had to realize in my revelation or in my reveal is that, yes, I loved her deeply, but I think I fell in love with the image that I created in my own head. And that was what propelled my emotions, like a fucking US Air jet, you feel me? And at the end of the day, she didn't break my heart. I broke my own heart because of the image that I was following. Go on somewhere now. The fucking fly's gonna bother me all the whole time. That is what it is. But the image that I created was based off of the potential that I saw in her, the good that I saw in her. And it's crazy because the image that I created was beautiful, but the way that she truly saw herself was horrific. Honestly, some people really they don't believe when they have something good that it is really truly good. And I have that. I have that same. I have that same flaw, if you will. But a lot of times I push past that um, because that's just how I'm built. I don't let the storm take control. I run into the storm and I process and work my way through it. People, they encounter a storm and they try to and it makes things prolong. They make things worse. Um, Fumble around and it just kind of extends the storm. Sometimes you just gotta let the storm's gonna do what it do. But like you think about it, if you go outside or if you open your door to your house and you look outside in this rain, you're not gonna just walk out there butt ass naked. That's not what we're doing. We're gonna go get a coat, we're gonna get an umbrella, we're gonna prepare, and we're gonna walk our ass out into that fucking rain. No, we don't want to be in the rain, but it is what it is. But we're gonna put on what we need to put on to guard us as much as we can from the rain. Whether it's storming, whether it's drizzling, whether it's a mist, whether it's fog, doesn't really fucking matter. At the end of the day, we're going to put something on to protect us. And the same, my perception in life is that we see a storm, and the storm could be in the form of a person, a job, position at a job, like something gives us tribulation or gives us a hard time. We want to, or we should, prepare ourselves as best we can with what we got to handle that that storm. And hey, there in a second. I'm gonna get that fly if it's the last thing I do. Um, so we prepare ourselves best way we can, and I've developed the I don't know if I want to say ability, but I do not. Now sometimes I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes just like in real life, a storm can come through real quick. Boom, hit, be done. Sometimes the storm can drag out. Um, Found ya. I found them. They were literally just, congregating over there. Flies. I hate them. Sorry about that. But and just like in life, like imagine being in the car, you're driving your car, you just got this car, and all of a sudden, boom, you have an accident. You didn't see that coming. It just happened all of a sudden, right? Doesn't matter whose fault it was. I mean, it's something that it shocks the brain, shocks the system because you weren't prepared for that. But at the end of the day, you got insurance. The other driver hopefully has insurance, and it gets handled. And the thing that you have to deal with is the stress, your car being down. You have to wait for the insurance company to approve a rental. Um, you have to make uh, adjustments for work because now you can't make it to work, and your day's messed up. You can literally spaz out and just literally just vent and vex and go straight left field the entire time that you're going through that process, or you can be a little bit more calmer about it. Not calmer as in, oh, it doesn't affect you or it doesn't mean anything, or it's more so like, I'm in a situation. the situation is going to play itself out, and there's nothing I can do, except call my insurance company or get the driver's information. If they're at fault, call their insurance company, and then, all right, well, I get my rental car today or tomorrow. I have to accept your situation and that storm you're in. When you're dealing with people, then it's more like I didn't see this person's bad side as bad as it was, and then when I see it, it's like, how are we going to deal with that? As in the situation with this girl, I've known her for probably 4 years. We dated 3.5 years ago, and that didn't last long, but it's rare when it happens. But after that short period that we dated, we became the best of friends. I've had some emotional moments. I'm a Cancer, I'm very emotional, but she was there on many occasions, so supportive, so loving, and she's a Cancer too. Go figure. If you don't think there's a difference between June Cancers and July Cancers, you're wrong. There definitely is a difference. But recently, some months back, we rekindled the romantic side. I mean, that's what you want to call it. I literally would wait till the end of time for this particular girl. And it's crazy how I have these images that I create in my head and these personas, what I feel a person but if they were operating at 100% with no depression, no stress, no nothing, this is what it would be like. And I could visualize how beautiful we would have been together. And that grew like a rock rolling down a snowy mountain hill, and it just grew, and it took on form and get bigger, to the point where the only thing I saw was the image that I created. And it was like, she didn't do anything consistently special. She didn't. But there were glimpses of things that I wanted to see, that I felt like I was like, man, that's special. That's if you look at the little things and you look at things that that I look for in a person, that especially somebody that I'm trying to date. And that was honestly all I got from her. But she did give me time where she was like, I'm not ready. I'm just not in the mental headspace, this. But yet we still vibe. We still got along. The friendship was, the base of the friendship was still there. And she told me that, she kind of warned me. She kind of told me who she really was and where she really was at the time. And I still allowed it to move forward, but I was mostly looking at my image that I created in my head. And that was the deceiving. It wasn't even deceiving. I just wasn't facing the reality of where it was at that moment. I accepted less than I deserved. So, case in point, we never went on an actual date. Anytime that we We got together, hung out. It was kind of like a group form. She had her friends who are also my friends, who I've known for years and years. And it was always a group setting. So it was never just us bonding and talking one on one, building our bond, building the romanticities that a couple should have. Um, and I was always passive, never like, nah, like it's just gonna be me and you. Like we don't need nobody today. And I never did that. I'm just kind of that person. I'm the person that uh, I go with the flow. You know, she's been through quite a few abusive relationships. All her relationships, I think, at some point had some form of abuse, whether it's verbal, physical. Um, so I was trying to be understanding, loving, um, not dominant. You know, uh, I'm on a mission to kill all these damn flies. But I was after knowing her past, what she's been through, um, getting out of rehab. Uh, I didn't want to stress or put any pressure on her to, she was displaying avoidant characteristics. And I looked up and did some research on avoidant personalities. And I was like, well, I'm going to take heed to the information that I learned about avoidant personalities and be as understanding as I can be. And a lot of that, again, was like, I'm trying to find my way in this now imminent storm that I'm in, because the girl that I love, that I want to be with, um, could be having avoidant personality, uh, could be just full of shit. I don't know. At this point, like, I just trying to do everything. I loved her as hard as I could. Like, I loved her harder than I've loved a lot of people in my lifetime, because I thought that after you had a lifetime of abuse and um, addicted partners, addicts, if you will, and if I just give you all the love I can love you past your pain. It sounds good in the movie, but it's bullshit. That's bullshit. A person as rare. It's not impossible, and it could happen, but it's bullshit. Because the problem with that, and I think I talked about this in past episodes, people will take as long as you give. And so I had to learn not only that I got to stop creating images for people and loving the image, I had to go back to being in the lane of reality, that if you do something and they don't reciprocate it, you have to think that over, process it, try to learn. Learn the true face behind them not reciprocating. And then you got, those that are fake that will reciprocate some things because it's really just a formality or an act, and it doesn't really mean anything, especially when it comes to money. You have to be careful with people with a lot of money. Like they say, pride is the one sin that you can't beat. Either you don't do something as pride. If you do something as pride, like that's the sin that you can't never beat. But in her case, nothing was ever reciprocated. And I was like, well, maybe that's because of the avoidance. Maybe, because she did tell you she's not ready. Like, I'm gonna just keep loving this girl. And she never really asked for anything. Like, but she would breathe a problem and I would be on it. I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix that. I got you. Boom, 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 boom. But it wasn't even the characteristics that she displayed that an avoidant person would display, like never being around just me and her because of, PTSD from men or past trauma. It was, always having to have her girls, come over and chill. It was always a group thing. It was, I was dealing with that. I was accepting and dealing with a lot um, that I shouldn't have. But again, like it was um, a lot of conversations that we did have, like at her job. We worked at a club. It would be like very passionate, very convincing, which kind of kept me on the hook. And I was like, shoot, things, you deserve the best. I want to give you the best. Um, and you're amazing. Best guys I've ever had in my life. Boom, boom. These are things like, okay, yeah, she gets it. She gets it. She sees me. She sees me. And I was just kind of like, and I'm not saying she didn't mean those things. At the end of the day, um, again, I was dealing with someone that was damaged and someone that would say what they need to say, um, to hold on to the comfort that they were receiving from me. Because again, I was very giving, very, generous, very loving person, and you gotta be careful who's utilizing your light, because that light is beautiful to them. It's powerful because they don't display that light, and um, they don't want that light to go out. They want to keep that light for however long. Um, and it just, and I wasn't being stupid. I was just, I was just not being realistic. And toward, because this was probably like 2 weeks ago now that I broke up with her, and I was already to the point where I'm like, something ain't right. As this, like, because about a month ago, I could feel and sense and see her fall all the way back to almost ground zero, like to nothing. Um, and then I was getting frustrated. I was getting to the point where that I just was like, man, like, what's really going on? But at the end of the day, I got information and found out that she literally was cheating with a man, not a female, um, for a while. And at the end of the day, like, as much as hope as I want, as hopeful as I wanted to be, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And I was like, you know what? I gotta love me now. And she was who she said she was, and I didn't believe her. I mean, I believed it, but I believed that we could get through it together if she really did love me, and if I really did love her, which I did. That uh, we could grow past that, because even people with avoidant disorders can you can have a measure of success with that, um, based on Google. And I could feel her love, but at the end of the day, when you're dealing with an addict, it's not about what they feel. Sometimes it's about their their the discipline they um that they have or don't have, for that matter. And that, when I learned that, that destroyed me to a degree. And during that week, I cried every day. That first day I cried like a bitch. I did. I really did. And that was a rough day. But each day I cried a little less because, again, once you get in that storm, you have to start guarding and protecting yourself while you're in the storm so that the storm doesn't affect you as much as it could. And definitely heartbreak is always a bad thing. It's a hard thing. But yeah, I, uh, I each day went on, I got a little stronger, I would say, or less reactive. I would be watching movies and see a scene, um, and it would just like have me just crying my ass off, like just tearing up or either full blown crying. And then that's when I just, it's like bing, like the other piece to the puzzle that I was pondering and contemplating was she literally told me who she was the whole time. She put on her best foot to try to be, you know, not an ungrateful person. um, but the image that I had in my head, it literally overshadowed and it blinded. Like, if I'd literally not been blinded by the image that I created in my own head, the character, if you will, that I created in my own head, had I had been just looking directly at who I was dealing with, a lot of my generous actions would have been completely slowed down, waiting for the reciprocation. Sometimes we get in situations where it's like, I'm gonna just give, because this is really what's going to help this person see that I'm for real. Help this person see that I'm not trying to impress you, but I'm trying to impress upon you that this is the love that you will receive for the rest of your working life. Because relationships are not for short time. They're for a long time. Um, and once I was able to accept the fact that I created a character based off of what I could see deep down in her that she wasn't ready to even nourish and understand and whatever, it hurt less. I was like, I broke my own fucking heart. Like, she didn't do anything that she hasn't already said she was doing or that she hasn't been doing. She was the same person that she's been for the longest. Um, and then that made it hurt a little bit less. And that made me feel more foolish because, like, damn, like, how do you create a whole fucking character, love this character, and then let this fake character break your heart? We do it all the time. We put people up higher than they. But at the end of the day, um, I don't hate her. I still love her. If she like this, how dumb we can be when we're in love, or when we love someone. If she came back today and she was like, "Hey, look, I just need give me that," I'd give her a fucking chance in a heartbeat, and I loved her that much. And call me crazy, call me stupid, but it is what it is, right? But I just know that I would definitely move differently, slower. She would literally have to show me some things. Um, but we talked since then, um, and we we get along still. I mean, we get along, and like I told her, like I I just want to preserve the friendship because at the end of the day, like we're not meant to be on friend status. I mean, on relationship, but she's an amazing friend. Don't ask me how, but she is. Um, and sometimes people are just not ready for what you're ready for, or the level of where you're at. they're just not ready. But if you really love somebody, you really care about them, you don't completely quit on them. And I didn't completely quit on her. I just could no longer tie myself in a relationship where money fucking somebody else. Like, we're not doing that. Not in this case. And two, somebody that can't reciprocate the energy, and now it's no longer seeming like it's an avoidance disorder. It's like, now you're just using me at this point. Like, you're literally taking my generosity and my kindness, and then you're literally dealing with somebody that has nothing to offer you but some dick. Make it make sense. So yeah, but and that's kind of like where I'm at sharing with you today, is that I'm a dreamer. I believe there's nothing I can't dream up in my head and put together and accomplish. I've done a lot of things. I'm in a beautiful home, make good money. Um, Everywhere I go, I'm loved. And some of that, I just have to have, and that's where I have to make sure that, because this put that ripple effect. Everywhere I go, am I having an image, or is it like it is what it is type thing? Like, is it real or is it reality? And so, like, if I'm going to nice spots and I'm the life of the party while spending bread, then I'm spending bread without simply the life of the party. And I do know that there's people that truly love my company, my humor, my wits and all that. Like, I'm great to be around. I'm definitely the energy in the room most times. But I had to work on not being so generous when giving people my perception of people. I have to work on being more realistic and more candid, because a lot of times people can put on airs and not really be who they say they are, or not to you. They might change up like a chameleon and just like, oh, I'm this way, this way, this way, this way. But especially with dealing with females, at this point, it's like you gotta come right. I'm not giving nobody that much credit anymore. She got it because I loved her that much. I don't care how much of an addict or how bad, or like, she was gorgeous and kept herself up. She was beautiful. At the end of the day, she had a place in my heart that literally can never be removed. You feel me? And it is what it is. Everybody wants somebody that they can't have, but we don't always get played by them. So, like, I learned from it. I picked up from it, and I know where I fell short. And even if that were to ever resurface again, I know how to play it better. Not even play it, but how to how to what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? I know how to better approach it better. Um, and it doesn't even have to be in a way of like just totally insecure type thing. Like, I just know that because at the end of the day, the universe got my back. God got my back. The spirits got my back. Everything of a higher power has my back. And it literally, because the smoking gun, which is what I call it, the person that told me literally, like, you should not have told me. And it should not have been a thing where something like that would normally happen. But at the end of the day, the universe made sure that, hey, look, bro, wake the fuck up. Wake up. Like, yeah, it ain't what you think it is. But, and then that doesn't always happen. Sometimes we go through bad things, and the universe don't always stop us from feeling pain or going through stuff. But yeah, I love how lately in the last few years, the universe has literally not missed. And I say that a lot. The universe don't miss, bro. The universe don't. If if your heart is good, your heart's in the right place, you doing what you're supposed to be doing, the universe got you. The universe got you. I treat everybody with kindness. And I didn't just give to her, I give to a lot of people. And I give with no strings. Like, I don't know if I said in the past shows or not, but there's a pair of titties walking around Martinsburg, West Virginia that I paid for. Didn't even fuck her, didn't date her. Like, it was just, yeah. I ain't that stupid no more. So, like, that was years ago. Probably like two and a half, 3 years ago now. But I don't blame nobody, but I treat women like women. I don't know how to say. Like, I don't treat them like property. I don't treat them like commodity. They're not cattle. You don't hurt them. You adore, honor, respect, and love the fuck out of a woman. And you make sure everybody else do when they're around your presence. Like, ain't nobody about to disrespect a female around me. And you don't perv on them. You don't go around trying to freak on them. And it's sad. I seen this reel on Instagram, and it says the good guy, the gentleman, is most women do not find him sexually attractive. And then I watched the reel, and I was like, yeah, mine has only had a few relationships that didn't go past a few months in the last 6 years. This is an interesting topic because, like, bitch, what are you talking about? Like, why am I not sexually attractive? Because there's no wow factor. There's no aggression, like that alpha male that they show on TV, that picture they paint. The thug in the hood. It's like the mystique, the assertiveness. And not to say that nice guys can't be assertive, but there's a certain that gangster swag. That's where the sexual attraction comes from, and that's why a lot of women and a lot of, you gotta understand, a lot of females I deal with are in the strip club, and a lot of them are trauma bonded. A lot of them don't want to elevate to certain higher standards, and you would think, but like, man, that's like, I want to be somewhere where motherfuckers don't feel like they belong. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not that guy to be sitting here judging and be like, oh, well, you're this, you should give me that. Like, I treat them as if I am on their level. Not that they're on mine, but I'm going to bring them up to a higher level by the way I love them and treat them and be respectful. And not because you're a dancer that, you got to do this and got to do that. No, these are women, and this is their profession. I don't call them strippers. I call them dancers. And they're artists, and they're good at what they do. There are some that are predicated on a dollar, and everything has to be fucking money. You feel me? But then there's some that's just doing what they gotta do to survive, and they're not bad people, and they're not horrible people, and they're not taking advantage of every fucking body. Just like in your job in a company of thousands of people, everybody in that company, just because they don't dance in a strip club, don't mean they're good people. It's just the way it is. But it did take a long while to really learn how to navigate in a strip club without being fucked up in the head. But it did do some damage emotionally. Because again, one of my new insecurities, this was a few months back, that I had a realization is that my insecurity is I don't believe in nobody. I don't always feel attractive. Even though, like, I've been starting to work out, I got that, the body is what it is, but it's like, if your body's so good and looks so much better, and it does. I actually lost 42 pounds in the last 4 months. Like, I definitely look more physically fit than I have in my entire life. But if I just, with that and my character and the way I treat people and the way I'm giving, it's like, why isn't nobody lock me down? Why isn't nobody that I want me? Like, why isn't it a mutual thing? I got people that want me that I don't want, and I got people that I want that don't want me. Like, it's just weird. It's so disconnected. And like, I mean, like, that's kind of a hard pill to swallow. So like, my revelation with my insecurity is when people tell me, and I got some really good friends, they're cool as shit. They go to work and do their job, and they don't hustle people. They work and hustle, but they don't hustle people. It's a difference. Like, I'm a hustle them up. I do tile work, construction. I don't care. Wash cars. I don't care what it is, but I'm not going to hustle a person. That's malicious. The hustle to go out there and grind, do your shit, and get your bread. Yeah, but when you hustling people and you trying to get over on people, that's that's less than human. But the insecurity that I have is that I don't believe compliments that I get. I roll with it sometimes. Most times I'm like, oh yeah, well, I've been doing this, been blah blah blah, But deep down inside, when a pretty girl tells me, oh, you look good, you're hot, boom, 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 I respectfully accept it, but I don't believe you, and I know they mean it. Like the people that I fuck with, there's a handful, small. I know they mean it, but my confidence won't allow me to 100 register that and boost my ego. It doesn't. Repetition is what I'm trying to work on. Um, when it becomes repetitive, a person's always doing it, always it's so much easier to take from that person. Um, and it's everybody got their own disorders, and I guess that's mine. I mean, that's just and you know stems from my mom and her distancing herself and becoming cold and just being like, most parents, like when you get frustrated to a point where it's like they don't even really talk to you. It's like they're always snapping, they always got attitude because this child's getting on their fucking nerves. I got kids, so I can relate. I can relate, promise you. But in her later years, and that's in one of my first shows, that she literally she checked out on me. She made me basically cater to her, go visit her. When I was in Alabama, she was in DC. Like she never came to visit me. Um, and after going 30 something years without a single felony, like my son is a young artist, KS.9, to go look him up. Pandora, wherever you get your music. KS.290. Amazing artist. Not A-list yet. He's fucking top notch. He taught himself how to write. He has probably 3 to 4 albums on all platforms. He has 3 albums ready to be recorded. He is a beast, and to he'll write a song overnight. I mean, like this dude he surprised me because when he was 16 and he came to me, he's like, Dad, I know how to rap. And I was like, what? Okay. Let me let me what you got. And he he was like, bitch this, nigga. What? I said, no, we're not doing that, boy. You'll never get on the radio playing that kind of music. Like, nah. And then this is his dedication and his effort that he put into it. A month later, because he was staying with me at the time, and he went back to stay with his mom, and then he hit me with um, another song that he put together. And this song that he put together on his broke iPad, laptop, phone, and some other stuff. Like he did everything, put it together. And that John was tight. It was fire. Not a single cuss word in it. Not a single derogatory word. Not nigga, not nothing. Kind of like Will Smith type shit. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good, boy. Like, damn, I like that. I had it on SoundCloud. And then a month later, he wrote another song. Not a single cuss word in it. Not a single slur. That shit was like innocent and clean as all get out. And I was like, man, boy, that's pretty good. Third song he sent, the third month he sent 2 songs. Like his in writing increased like almost overnight. It took a few months. I met a guy at a club up in West Virginia that was a promoter and he did like new talent, stuff. I was actually at one that night and I let him listen to it and he was like, damn, get him up here. We'll get him in the studio. And the rest is history. He's been recording ever since. And he has a lot of, again, he has probably like his first album that he wrote had 15 songs, no cussing, no niggas, literally all clean and bangers. go on Pandora, go check him out. And of course, he kind of came into his own way. He did cuss a little bit, but at the end of the day, his wordplay and the intelligence behind his music is not like full of this, full of that. It's literally like some good quality stuff. Um, he's got stuff for the club, stuff for the meditation, stuff for the ride, stuff just that hits hard. Like, like he's kind of like Lil Baby. You know, he's fire. K dollar sign 290 KS 290. Go check him out and see for yourself. Cause yeah, not just as a father, like I love music. Music is like the the audio blood through my veins. Music can put me in a trance of my emotions. It can keep me from thinking. It keeps me up. It can bring me down. It literally moves me. So like when I know what good music sounds like, and I know everything I like, you're not gonna like, but you go listen to my son, you're gonna like that. You're gonna like it. So, but the fact that I broke a cycle with him and that he's never been locked up, never been arrested. Yeah, I don't even think he's had too many tickets. The boy is, you know, he's better off, and we still talk. We still have a relationship, and I broke a cycle like with my parents, and my mom. I feel like she checked out, and I think that I love people so hard because I never really got it the way that I felt like I should, the way that I deserve. Not that me just being, well, I want this, I want that, I need this. No, the way that I needed to be loved from a parent to a son. And I get it, she was frustrated. I was bad as fuck as a kid. I get that. But as an adult, she never gave me the validation that I needed. And that led to me just taking a lot of bullshit from females that I probably shouldn't take. I just don't want to lose anybody. And I'm scared to lose because I don't fuck with none of my family. Even my early videos and that first episode one, I believe. Like at the end of the day, like I do not I don't fuck with none of my family. I mean, I fuck with them. They don't fuck with me. So, like, I return that energy 100%. Like, you want to be funny? And my brother, oh, you watching this? You suck my dick, bruh. Fuck you. Period. You a bitch. You a snake. He's in it. I don't fuck with my family. He literally manipulated. My mom passed away last year. He manipulated me out of $200 to buy the death certificates so that he can get the life insurance money. Never even gave him my $300 back. Well, it was $200 for like death certificates and $150 that I spent on the urn that he still has. I didn't even get none of the ashes. Like, yeah, bro, you a bitch. So like, and I ain't the only one that's got some low down motherfuckers in their family. So like, don't be like, oh my God, that's so sad. No, it ain't sad. He's evil. He's evil. Period. Like you got the life insurance money, whatever it was, whether it was 20,000, 100,000, half a fucking million. Give me my fucking bread that I worked hard for back. That got you your fucking money. At the end of the day, you probably broke already in the year because either it's in you or it's on you. I'm gonna always earn a living, and I don't have to hustle nobody to do it. You feel me? He hustled me, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. $300, $350 is what it costs to get rid of my fucking brother because I cut him the fuck off. I don't have a brother no more. So at the end of the day, most of the time, not most of the time, but like at the end of the day, I make family out of people I meet. We connect, we vibe, we get along, chemistry, everything's great. You're my brother, you're my sister, you're my aunt, whatever. Like I'm making my family as I go. Some stick and stay, some don't, but at the end of the day, I'm in control of that. And that's the part. That's where I need to get to with females and dating, because it's like I should be able, like, if a female is not being solid, she's not being authentic and genuine and returning the genuine that she's getting, I should be able to be like, cut, block, bye, bitch. But like at the end of the day, it's kind of like, no, I really like this girl. I want this girl to stick around. I want this girl to be here. I mean, I'm kind of back and forth with that. Like, fuck that bitch. Like, You'll do good if you could step through the door of my mini mansion, a townhouse in the bougie parts of Westfield. Like I'm just, but nah, we all have that trauma that we've had to deal with and that we have to suffer through. Um, but I'm working on mentally, strengthening, not creating images and loving the image. Like it's just retarded. A fucking image broke my heart. This you and yeah, that part. So if you're giving to the point where your fingers are bleeding and the person literally is sitting at the poolside, of course I'm speaking, figuratively, they're sitting at the poolside waiting for you to bring them another towel. Don't, don't bring them shit till they show you shit, till they show you something. I mean, that's what I've learned from it, and hopefully that helps somebody out there that's going through it. And now I'm single. I'm in my whole phase, happy over everything. I saw that on Instagram, but now I'm single. I'm doing what the fuck I want to do, and I am. Yeah, it is what it is. But if I do meet somebody, I'm not gonna dog anybody. That's just not what I'm gonna do. But they gotta show me more than, you know. Oh yeah, you're a great guy. Blah blah. My mother might get slapped. Get out of my face. You feel me? Like at the end of the day, like don't just do that. Like you're getting slapped. But no, it's been a while since I did a podcast too, so that's why it might be a little rougher in the edges. But you get the point. Listen to the words I'm saying. Protect yourself at all times, and love you. I had a friend, also a dancer. 90% of my friends are dancers, but at the end of the day, she was like, "We don't love ourselves." Me and her have a lot in common, and she's like, "We give everybody else love, but we don't love ourselves." I say, "No, we love ourselves. We just would rather sacrifice more to show someone else love, and we don't show ourselves that same. We don't give ourselves that same energy and sacrifice." I love myself. She loves herself. And when I said what I said, she was like, "Oh my God, you're right." Like, true. We, some of us in this world are just geared toward giving no matter what and not taking. It's like a horrible thing to take. Like, you give somebody a ride and they offer you gas money. You say, no, 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 no. Like, they just burnt gas in your car. You took them somewhere, you did them a certain, and they want to literally show love by saying, here's some gas money. I've done it plenty of times. Nah, keep your gas. This car is 500 gallons, 500 miles to the tank. Like, I literally could drive what we just went 100,000 times and not burn no gas. But, like, it's just kind of the way we are. We just, nah, we're good, we're good. And especially somebody that I know that's literally, like, struggling. I don't want you to struggle more because of me. I've female friends pay a bill, get into a house, and they were like, "I'll pay you back." I said, "Only if you can. If it's not going to hurt you, then great." Because chances are, because you're in this situation where you need to borrow $350, $500, $600, whatever it does, you're not going to necessarily be in a position to pay it back in the time frame that you're saying. And I canceled that bill. And I'm like, it's not a loan. If you can pay it back, great. If at the end of the day, I'm not expecting it to come back. But as long as you're good, my friend, then I'm good. Because I'm good. Not that I'm rich. I'm not rich. I literally sacrificed a lot. I've had people sacrifice me too, so I know how that is. But like at the end of the day, you're a mom, you got small babies. I'm not about to have you not be able to get in your apartment. I'm not about to have you with your lights off, with your water off. Like, how can I sit in my little mini mansion, you know, and my friend is struggling, and I have no food? I've gone in my cabinets and took food to a friend because they didn't have food, they didn't have this, they didn't have that. I'm just that type of person. Um, we do for people, and there's no rhyme or reason behind it. There's no method to the madness, or whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, we are who we are, and we got to accept that. And I am a giver. I am not taking. I don't know how to take, but I'm gonna learn. And then like I'd be like, I just need your time. I don't even need sex. Like, I want it. Obviously, I'm human. I'm a man. I get those feelings, whatever. But affection over sex. Can I get a that? And don't get it twisted. Affection is not sex. A lot of people are like, I want some affection. No, that's not. No, leave your clothes on. Affection is someone wiping the tears from your eyes. Affection is holding someone without it leading to sex. It can. I mean, if you're a couple and you're together, it is what it is. But affection is sitting on the couch and, next to the person that, you care about. And it don't have to be your girlfriend. It could just be somebody that you just kind of have an emotional attachment with. Affection is cuddling, not fucking. Affection is, walking in the park, just spending time as a part of that closeness, that physical, but without being sexual, is affection. Displaying love, displaying emotion, and having a person reciprocate that back to you. Like I have women, they literally like, they'll hug me and then they'll say in my ear, like, you're so amazing. And it's like, sometimes hearing that hurts because it's like, I don't believe you, bitch. I don't believe you. But it feels so good that it hurts and sadly, I'm not used to getting affection. And a lot of America, a lot of the world is not used to getting affection. So when we get it, it feels alien, foreign, dangerous. Like, fuck, what's she up to? What's she want? Like, but I give it all the time. How dare I question someone when they give it to me? But when you've dealt with enough snakes, backstabbers, and motherfuckers that literally just, they only want something from you because they know you got it, and they'll play that angle and then disappear. When I say disappear, I mean like you don't hear from them for a while. At the end of the day, that's why. Because anybody that I've given affection to, anybody that I've given something to, I didn't disappear on them. I literally am only popular on the weekends. Nobody, and well, people call during the week. They're like, "Hey, can I get this? Guys might hit me today. Can I get $10?" No, bitch. I can't help you. I can't give it away no more. But I always say everybody's got their person. Everybody that I know has their person. I don't. Looking for them. And I'm not even talking about relationship. I'm just saying somebody that you hang with every day, or somebody you yeah, like this all the time. Like inseparable to a degree. And I don't have that person. Working on it. It is where it is. But I have a lot of persons that I literally, whether it's advice or whether it's a ride, I'm the best Lyft driver, Uber driver in this area, and I don't get paid for it. I don't even have an app where I can get 5-star rating. Like, give me my 5-star rating, bitch. Like, but I do it, and I literally don't think twice about it sometimes, except when I'm tired, exhausted. Like, man, I can't help you this time. And then you see the real trueness of who you do. I mean, you can't, and then get an attitude like, nigga, I done took you 100 other trips, and now it's one trip. I'm exhausted. I can't go. Don't want to go. Blah blah. Now I'm this. I'm that. And you got an attitude. That's crazy. And you know what I'm gonna do the next time they need a ride? I'm gonna go take them and get a ride. Like, cause it is what it is. Like, it's kind of like that bipolar bullshit, like trauma bond or whatever. I don't know, but it is what it is. But today's point that I want you to take away from all this jibber jabber is that I no longer will create an active image that I am emotionally attached to. I will have bucket list goals, I would say, like, oh, I see their potential, this, blah, blah, blah. But like until that potential is close or being realized, I will not lean and double down on that. It will help. It will help with inspiration to, you know, pour into this person, because I feel like, if you really see potential in someone and you see them capable of achieving that potential, then yes, you pour into it. But you don't make it the focal point, and that the only thing that you like with this girl, like all I was in love with. I mean, the good and the bad. I love the good and the bad, but the image that I created is what literally had me stupid, stupid, head over heels. Like, just, I didn't see no wrong when I should have seen, bruh, like, she was playing the shit out you. It is what it is. But no more creating images and blinding me from what's behind the image. Old head told me a long time ago, to be aware is to be alive. You got to be aware of all things, you know. And if you got a horse that's not drinking, walk away from that bitch. You're at a well. You have the longest neck of all animals. You could literally just lean, except for giraffes. You could lean down, suck the fucking water on your own. And I'm not force feeding nobody, especially somebody trying to date. Like, bro, nope, I'm not doing that. But yeah, and to work on validating ourselves. At the end of the day, validation is only perception. Someone's perception of you and how valid they see you as. I don't need no validation from nobody anymore, because I'm not going to feel as genuine to begin with, and half time is not. So I'm starting to validate myself. I'm starting to co-sign on myself. And then when I hear other people say that what I've already, what's the word that I'm looking for? Affirmations, the affirmations that I pour into myself, and then other people say in like mind and on the same level, then that becomes the reciprocal part. And I'm like, man, and they see it too. Bet. Because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna let nobody break me or my spirit because of what they do or don't do, say or don't say. Most times, if you know anything about Kansas, we stand alone. We don't need your validation. We don't need this. But my upbringing has a lot to do with how we are, how we move, what we accept, how we think, and all that process. Mine, I got a lot to undo and reverse from what my mom did or didn't do by default. In my family as a whole, I have to start to validate and, applaud and uplift and build myself. I'm not saying that I'm meant to be alone, but I can validate myself on my own alone, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm not going to manipulate myself. I'm not going to sit and play myself. If I can see myself as beautiful and healthy and sexy and this body, like, oh yeah, you see it. You see what I'm saying? So like, oh, and then the girl, yeah, I literally, yeah, this here. This is a tattoo inspired. The camera's, oh, there we go. The camera has that tattoo was inspired by her. Yeah. So I ain't doing that no more. That shit hurt too much for me to be going through what I'm going to do now. But at the end of the day, she did do a lot of things to stay right here. No cover up. None of that. Just put initials anyway, so whatever. At the end of the day, GW means God willing. There you go. But no, love yourself, love myself, validate myself, be the king that I am. I don't need to be some aggressive gangster alpha male. If that's the only thing that makes a man sexually attractive, then y'all can go into the hood and go get him, because I'm not aggressive. I'm not no thug. I'm not no gangster. I'm a businessman, and I handle business. And I know how to get things done, and I know how to love a woman. If that ain't enough, then go fuck down the street. I don't care. And when the right one can appreciate and not have to have a thug ass dude, I'll be ready for her. Until then, I had these podcasts and all my people, like, then they like, share, and follow me. And they're going to get better. For real, they're going to get better. The topics not going to be so gloom. Have a lot of my female dancer friends come on here, and we're going to have some fun times too. But it's going to be all real, all transparent, all genuine, all real shit, because that's what we do here. There's no templates, there's no script. It's just me talking, conversating. So yeah, enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. Hope you enjoyed this show. There will be another one coming real soon. So appreciate you. And until next time, Babu is out. Hey, you do, baby.